Hi everyone, so welcome back to a new video. Today is day 25 of our 30 days of JavaScript challenge, and the question that we have today is join two arrays by ID. Okay, so this is a medium level question, and the question that we have been asked in this is that we have been given two arrays, okay, that is ARR1 and ARR2. Okay, now in this array what we have been given, there are objects. Okay, so what we need to do is these objects have ID and we need to combine these both arrays based on the ID. Okay, so let's read through the question once. We have been given two arrays ARR1 and ARR2, and we have to return a new array, that is joined array. All the objects in the two input arrays will contain an ID field that has integer value. Okay, and joined array is an array formed by merging ARR1 and ARR2. Okay, and they are merged based on their ID, and what is given is the length of joined array should be the length of all the unique value of ID. Okay, so let's say we have ARR1. Okay, and it has, let's say, one object with ID 1, and we have ARR2, it has also ID 1 and ID 2. Okay, so the ID 1 is repeated in both of these array, right? So what we need to do is we need to return only this ID 1 once. Okay, so the new array that will be formed, it should have only one ID 1. The other one will be ID2. Okay, so this is what we are supposed to do. We need to copy all the elements or all the keys and values from the object as much as possible. Okay, so the array should be sorted in ascending order based on the ID. Okay, so that is what we have to do. And now if we have been given an ID that exists in one array but not the other, the single object with that ID should be included in the result without any modification. So like ID2 was present here and ID2 was not in the first, like ID2 was present in array 2 but in array 1 it was not present, right? So we will be adding this ID2 in new array without any modification. Okay, and if two objects share an ID, their property should be merged into one single object. Okay, if a key only exists in one object, that single key value pair will be included in the object, and if the key is included in both the object, then the object from array 2 should override the value of array 1. Now let's say here, like we have given an example, we have ID1 is equals to ID1, then ID2, and let's say if we have ID2 here also, and we have x value as 6. Okay, so now what we have been told, that this array 2, whatever value it has, right, it should override the value of array 1. So the output array that we will receive is ID1, then we will have ID2 x6. Okay, so the value that this ID is having, this x comma x, and x is the key and 9 is the value, right? This will be overridden by the ID2 in the array 2. Okay, so array 2 values will override the values and in the array 1. Okay, so this is an important point because this will make us to like add some extra lines in the code. Okay, so now this will be added like normal. Okay, so array 2 will play an important role. Okay, so now let's say in one more scenario. Okay, let's say we have here ID2 only. Okay, I will take the same example. We have ID2 here and we have x as 6. Okay, now this is one thing. Okay, and here right, we have id 2 and x as 9 instead of, and with this let's say we have y is equals to 7. Okay, so now this should be copied here, right, but this y should also remain. Okay, so we need to modify the object, but the key and value pair should not get lost, or like it should not be lost. So this id2 value, okay, this will be there. Okay, and x value will get overridden because x key is already there. So whatever keys are already present, the array 2 will override array 1 in that case, but if there are some new key value pairs in array 1, they will remain as it is. So if we have x here, okay, so x will have the value as 6, and we will get one more key value pair where y will be having 7. Okay, so this is important point, that we need to modify the array means object values, but data should not get lost. Okay, so data should not get lost in the process of modification. So what we observed here, like if object id is getting repeated, then what we are doing, we are taking the values from first like array at the same object id. So we are having object id from first array and it is overridden by second array object id. So in such cases where like we have to means make a like new object, here what we will do, we will create a new object in such cases, because the like if there we have extra like key value pairs, it should not get lost, right? So what we will do, we will copy the values from first array object id. So what we will do, we will copy values from first array id from first array with same id, and we will add the values of second array with the same id. From second array with same id. Now how is it possible, right, to make an object inside the object in such a way that the values are getting overridden also, and also it is not getting like the data is also not getting lost. Okay, so what we will do, let's say we have a case where the object id already let's say we have created a new object where we'll be storing the data. Why we are using an object? Because we need the IDs, right? We will be using that ID so that we can store the values in according to the ID wise. Okay, so what we will do, we will create an object. Let's say we have obj as the object. Now what we will do, we will see that if object whatever ID we have, it already exists. Okay, it already exists, then in such cases what we will do here is we will search for, we will search for that id only, and in that place what we will do, we will create an object and we will make a copy of the new id and the previous one. So let's say we are iterating this for second array, and we have already stored the id for the previous array. So what we will do, we will take the values at that, we will be using spread operator, because this will make a copy of that id, right? So we will copy that, and what we will do, for the id that we are having right now, we will spread the values for it and we will use it. Okay, so let's move to the exact approach so that it will be clear what we have to do. So let's say we have array 1 and array 2. Okay, so these are the arrays that we have, and we will be using object here. So I have created a new object for storing the result. Okay, so now what we will do, we will be going and seeing the iterations, right? So what we will do here, we will start with the iteration, and here that we have array 1, right? So in order to iterate through this, we have here id, and we can have other key value pairs also, right? So in such cases what we can do easily is, for getting each object in the array, we will use of. Okay, so how we will use it, let's say we have this as object, then I will be using I to store each and every, we will get every object in the array. So we will use I, and I of arr1. So what this will do is, this will give us, if we have array 1, okay, and it has two objects, id1 and id2. So in each iteration, okay, we will be getting one. For the first iteration we will get the key value pairs in id1, for the second iteration we will get id2. So this is what will happen when we are using of operator. Okay, so now what we are doing, we are iterating, and what we will check here, that here we don't have to check anything actually, because for the first array, whenever we will add just all the value in our object. So what we will do here, we will take object, and this I is an object, right? It will have id and other key value pairs also, and we only need the id from it. So what we will take, object of I.id, right? We need the id only, and what we will do here, whatever I value we have, we will simply store in this. So now we have I. Now we will start iterating for array 2. So here we will start, if I am using let here, so this will become accessible, this I will become accessible only this block, right? So for the same, I can use the same variable here also. So I will do let I is equals to let I of array 2, right? Now in this, I already have added the values from array 1, but there can be cases where id will get repeated. So I need to check that. What I will do here, if obj of I.id means the whatever I we are going through, let's say we have arr2, and we have already added id2 in this, and in the array 2 also we have id2. Okay, so when we will start iteration, we will check, we will get this object first. Now it will check in this object the id is already existing in obj or not. If it is existing, then what we need to do, in this, at this object place only, on the same id, what we will do, we will make a new copy of object and we will add here. Okay, so here what we will do, we will make a copy of the same object id values what we were having, and whatever this new I has, we will make a copy of that, so that no value is lost, right? Here if we have in the object id, let's say id as 2, x as 6, and y as 7, and this I whatever we are having, okay, this I has id as 2 and x as 7. Okay, so we need to copy this, because our array 2 will always override the array 1, but we cannot lose the values. So we need this y also, right? id will remain same, but we cannot lose this y. So for that only we are making a copy of the both the values, or both the object id values. So what we are doing here, we will be making a copy of object the previous array 1, and this will make a copy of the new array object. So we will make a copy, and what it will do, whatever key value pairs are already existing, it will make a change to that. Like id2 is already existing, it will make a change, but it will not be visible because both are id2, and for x what it will do, it will overwrite with 7 and y will be remaining the same. So this is what we will do when we have already the id existing in the object. And if it is not existing, then what we have to do, we will simply add the value in the object. So object of I dot id is equals to I. Now what we have the values, right? We will, now what we have to do, this whatever array we are storing, how it will be stored, let me show. Let's say we have this obj, right? Now what we are doing, we are storing the values in the form of that one. Here we have one, right? One is the key and it will have the this values, right? This value will be stored as the object, right? So we have id 1 and whatever values are inside this, it will be stored in the form of value for key 1. In the same way for 2 we will have some object value stored here, for 3 we will have some value stored here, and we only need this value in an array. Okay, so in such cases when we have an object and we want to use the values and the value should be form of an array, so we have object dot values. Okay, so this values function in the object, it will return the array of values present in an object. So what we will do here, we will return object dot values of obj. So we will get an array of values as the answer. So let's move on to the code. Okay, so you will get an overview of what I was trying to say. So let's see the code now. Okay, so we have array 1 and array 2 already present, and now what I will do, I will create an object. So I will create an object and this will store our values. Now what we will do, we will start iterating. Let I of arr1 with use of I, this of what we are getting, we are getting the values of arr1 at every index. If we use I instead of of, then what we will get, we will get the index positions. Okay, so instead if you are using I instead of, you will be getting the index values at that every position. Okay, so here we need the object at every position, so we are using of. Okay, so now what we are having, we will be getting an object at every place, and now what we need the id value as key, and we will be storing the object of that id at that object as value, right? So we will take I dot id is equals to I. So what we are doing here, we are taking the id as key and the I is stored as value. Now in the same way what we will do, for array 2 we have to check a condition that id is already existing or not. Okay, so what we will do here, if obj of I dot id it is already existing, then what we need to do, we will be making a copy, right? So we will do obj I dot id is equals to spread operator obj I dot id comma spread operator I. Okay, so this will make us help us to store the values without losing any data. Otherwise, if the value is not existing, then we will simply add the value to object dot id. Now here I am using if else condition. We can also use ternary operator. I will show that also. First let's try to execute this. Okay. Something is wrong here. Okay, I need to return the values, right? I haven't returned any values. So what I will do, I will return values, right? So I will return the values of object, and this what it will do, it will return the values in the form of array. So the sample test cases have passed. Now I will try to execute this using ternary operator. Okay, so what I will do here, in the object I.id, I have to check the condition, right? If object I.id is existing, then what I need to do, I will be creating a spread operator. Otherwise what I have to do, I will simply add I here, right? So this is also not there. So what we are doing here, we are checking if object of I.id is existing or not, means the key is existing or not. If it is existing, then we are using the spread operators to copy the values, and otherwise we are just adding the value directly. So now let's try to run this. So this is also executed. Now let's try to submit it. So this code has been accepted. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please let me know in the comments. And if you have any doubts or you need queries, you need help with something, please let me know in the comments about that also. And in order to continue with me in this coding journey, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you will be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you for watching.